What's up today, guys? Just a short and sweet little video coming to you from, well, the indoor space, as lit as it can be. Not fond of doing indoor videos these days, but there's really no other way to show you guys these 3D printed RC accessories I've been working on, trying to kind of improve the look of my RCs and a few of my friends. Such thing as personalized plate, milk crates to carry your stuff, jack stands, traction boards, is that what you call them? These grip pads anyway. So yeah, this is just a few of the things I've been working on printing off, and I'll show you these one by one and pros and cons really. I guess we could start with something that I started with very early. The jack stands. A lot of people love these jack stands, really good for displaying your RC vehicle. They're fairly strong. They'll hold the weight of a pretty hefty truck. Pros, well, they hold the weight of a pretty hefty truck, and they let your truck look like it's actually sitting in the shop, getting some work done to it. Pros, yeah, they're pretty easy, fairly rudimentary to print. Some of the cons, the designs aren't 100% the greatest. There's a few things you might want to tweak should you try printing these ever yourself. Those are my little things that I've kind of done just to, I wouldn't say even make them my own, but just to make them a little heftier so they'll hold those heavy trucks. You see that little pin right there, if the camera ever wants to focus. This pin, several of the pairs I've printed for myself, I've just gone ahead and glued the pin in its maximum setting up. I suppose you could even lift it right up, because watch this. Doing this one-handed here. That'll actually come right out. Just like the real deal. I also print mine at 100% infill, so they are as well solid. For those of you who don't know what that means, that just means there's no hollowness inside the plastic. It is solid. So yeah, those are the jack stands. I like these guys. Another con, these pins are just kind of a waste, really. Glue it in place. And oh yes, actually. Another con about these is I have ones that I use for myself glued to a piece of cardboard, a nice white piece of cardboard, so that it holds them in place in the exact position I'm going to need them. Otherwise, they tip pretty easy if you're trying to work on your truck while it's on the jack stands. You'd see, you get the idea, you know what I mean? It's just not stable enough for you to leave it on there while you're working. Half the time I just work on my trucks in my lap. Anyway, next item. Lovely, lovely milk crates. Y'all remember that milk crate challenge? How many can you crawl? I mean, get a bunch for your truck. How many can you crawl? They actually really help the look in the back of the truck. You can print them in several different colors. They aren't really the strongest, but then again, neither are the real ones in real world. So they kind of scale up that way for strength, or lack thereof, rather. You can fit a lot of different things in them. You can see a pair in the back. I've got another item I have to show you sitting in a pair of milk crates, and even just not as an RC scale item, you can put things in them. You can put everything in there. I kind of want to quote an Adam Sandler line from a movie, but I'm not going to do it right now. Yeah, so milk crates. Quick, easy item. Every scale adventure, you should always carry extra fuel when you are traveling. I mean, that extra fuel can go a long ways. And when it comes to RC trucks, yeah, we don't use fuel, do we? That's right, we are electric. You can't really see it too easily on the yellow. But on the red, you can see it actually has the 3-gallon marker, and it's got a center spot that you can kind of push out and mount to your vehicle, just like I have them mounted on my Gladiator. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. He's a pretty sweet rig. So yeah, we got your gasoline and we got your diesel. That's pretty awesome. Kudos to whoever did the original design for these. I'll tell you guys at the end of the video, if you watch all the way through, where I get the designs that I print. And like I've told you with the jack stands, several of these items you might want to tweak a little bit in the CAD programs maybe even rescaling a little bit in the slicer programs. If you 3D print, you'll know what I mean, but it just helps improve the final design that perhaps whoever come up with this design didn't think of in the first place. The air pig, yes, the portable air tank. You'll notice this is painted. Definitely painted. Not the best painting. I am not a Da Vinci here. I'm just producing some scale items. That's it. You gotta have an air tank or some kind of portable air supply to reinflate your tires when it's time for the road day. Because on a crawl day, your chances are you're gonna deflate, you're gonna air down and climb some rocks, and then you can reinflate with your air pig. Nothing special here. Could you imagine if you could actually make it so that it holds air? You know, and you can go psst, psst, psst. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Anywho, next up we've got a couple of shop items. We've got your Makita grinder, welding mask, helmet, and good old drip pan. Keep from making too big of messes. Not 100% happy with this. I may actually take it into, this is a good example of something I do, okay? This is printed as is. This is how it comes from the file. So if I go into a CAD, computer aided design program, and actually take a, how would you put that? When you get an object to work with, you can make it a transparent, and then when you join those two objects, group them together, it will actually take out the spot of the shape you put in there. So I can make a cylindrical shape, have it down in, and make this so it's actually hollowed out. Prints hollowed out. Just a thought. Next item, we're on the shop items list, so let's go to this. Ta-da! Check that bad boy out. Yes, that is like your snap-on tool cabinet with handle. The handle printed a little weird, but oh well. I'm not complaining. What's the best way to do this? I'm doing this all one-handed here, guys. So the drawers do all open. They'll come right out if you pull them open too far. And I've even got the body pins for the Gladiator sitting in there so I don't lose them again. Yeah, that's pretty cool, eh? I like it. Shout out to Scale Addiction. They're the ones who posted this. I did not alter it in any way. I, in fact, did not put the wheels on it yet. But I kind of like it as is. Painted the silver on for the door handles and the drawer handles, correction, and the main handle. Maybe I should have left the ends red, but oh well, you know. Looks pretty good. I like it. It's got a little bit of weight to it too. A fair bit of print time involved. I think it took me a couple of days not printing at nighttime to get this whipped out. Oh, what's that you see sitting on top? Comment in the comment section down below if you know what that guy is right there. Alright, let's get on to the next item. Say you're out trailing in the woods and you come across a tree down, or a scale tree. For you in person, that would be like a stick too big to crawl. So you got your chainsaw. You can process that wood and get it the heck out of your way. Nice handy little item to have in any off-road adventure, as well as a shovel. Shovels can be used for so many things. It's not bad. You can see that it's printed in layers. You can tell. That is PLA Plus for the blade. The handle is a wood PLA, and the handle itself is just a regular PLA printed handle. So yeah, there's actually some nice materials going into that build. I love the look of the wood too. Like, it actually looks like wood, like it should, like wood. A little bit closer look at my license plate. The other one's on the back of my rig. This is not the finished product, but I figured I should share it with you guys, and then you can kind of see my progress as I'm getting better at doing this. You notice it says this is an Ontario license plate, okay, Ontario, Canada. For those of you who don't recognize it, it's supposed to, above where it says random, say Ontario, and below yours to discover. Everybody loves discovery. I've made a couple of these too. I made one for my brother G. You guys will see that on his truck one day soon. Yeah, some of y'all probably been waiting to see these traction boards. How's that sound? I'll actually lift it up so you can get some good angles on it. Notice the pegs. All them little pegs. But notice how high up they stand. If you go and find the file for this right now and print it, it's not going to look just like this. I have changed the scaling in all 3 dimensions to the point where I think it might be a little more effective than the standard print. We'll find out. But because I changed the dimensions, the rack that I want to design for it is going to have to be completely custom designed through Tinkercad. Tinkercad's a free program. Go out and use it. That is not a paid promo. Would not be cool. Anyhow, yeah, traction pads. Get stuck. Get this under your tire. I also plan on adding some little spike screws through these smaller holes. Like actually screw into place, and then when you put it down at the same time as providing your tire traction, those screws will provide the mat some traction not to slip out from under the tire. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll be a waste of time. We'll find out. Top mount Terpski. Yes, coated in epoxy for strength because, well, yeah, it's 3D print and it's -10 out there usually. So hey, yeah, top mount Terpski. Fairly generic looking toolbox. No touch-ups painted onto it yet. Everybody needs an engine hoist. Makes things a lot easier. I just thought it'd be cool to have one of these sitting in the background near my truck, you know, kind of check this out. But in front of the Gladiator, this thing looks tiny. And then when you look at a built Gladiator in, say, a SEMA video or anything, you kind of realize they are a pretty big truck. And this normally would look pretty tiny in front of it. Last and most definitely not least, yeah, it's a Hot Wheels. I did not print that little truck, but I tell you, a little bit of paint, I can make it look a lot better. Hopefully this is all coming in focus. What I did print though was that little transmitter off the back. Check that bad boy out. Is that not cool or what? Oh yeah, it's a Traxxas transmitter. It's small. Maybe you're not a Traxxas fan, so maybe you're a Fly Sky or Futaba fan. 2 different kinds. That's pretty wicked. And you know, you just kind of epoxy it on or glue it onto the truck somewhere. Glue the truck on the back of your truck. You've got your scale RC for your scale RC. Kind of redundant, but hey, you know, it's cool. I really like it, so I'm sticking with it. I got 2 different styles. And I guess one more bonus item to show you guys. Thank you to Brother G. We've been experimenting in this stuff called TPU. I think it's tripolyurethane. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I'd like to know the proper name. Mud flaps. This is a rubbery material that flexes and bends, and like you can fold it in half and you might crimp it or put a crease in it, but it's rubber. And it takes a great deal of force to rip it or break it. I mean, even when I'm trimming, if you look closely, you can see how the trim line across the bottom is a little bit crooked. So there's a thing called a brim that prints around it to give it support and helps it adhere to the print bed. And normally with the PLA, you can just kind of start it and then peel the rest. It peels pretty even and uniform. But with this stuff, you couldn't just do that because it's strong. I'm really enjoying working with TPU, and I can't wait to see what I end up doing in the future with it. In the future. And yes, some of you might get upset if I don't point out the Johnny on the spot. A workplace ain't a workplace until you've got a place to work. Yeah, how's that sound? It was just a fun thing to print one night. Unfortunately, I accidentally left the machine or the settings in vase mode. Vase mode is a mode where it prints it all single layer, one go. But it did it. It actually did print it. So I kind of just ran with it and kept it. It looks cool in the background. And my scale dude will always have somewhere to go in his shop. So thanks for watching, guys. I want you guys to make sure, please, subscribe to the channel. I really need help getting the views up on a lot of these videos. Seriously. There should be at least 1 0 behind every one of the views on these past RC videos. There's been some great content. Yeah, I realize it's probably close to the same on what other people are doing with their RC channel right now. So give me some suggestions. Tell me something different you want to see. I'm looking for some great ideas. I have some great ideas, but they're harder to execute on my own without a group of people that has the time to dedicate to my ideas. Yeah, that's another story. So thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Get those views up on these videos. Come on, help a brother out, and we'll see where we go from there. Thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoyed these quaint little RC accessories. I do enjoy them myself, so I thought you guys would too. Have a great day.